Alright, so we're doing these back frame bushings. We already did the front ones. These came out relatively easily. So you can see we've already partially driven out the center sleeve. You take something on the end of your impact hammer and just go in there, and you're just going to drive the sleeve out. Okay, then the bushings, it's two-piece bushing inside. So if you can't drive the bushing out, put that back on there. If you can't drive the bushing out because it's stuck, then you need to take some type of different chisel, and you want to get between the bushing head and the frame piece and work around it in a couple spots, and that should break it loose, because these didn't seem to be stuck inside the frame. They seem to be just stuck on the outside here where they've deteriorated, basically like sort of glued themselves. So by just sticking the air hammer in there, you can feel where the middle of the bushing is, and it should drive out. There you go. And then the outside one's either going to just pop out, or you just drive it out. It's that simple. Now, we did take off the fronts for the sway bar. To get the sway bar apart here, we did have to use heat. These are the bolts that go through the end links, and they go through in here. They'll have a castle nut on them. They were pretty well in there, so we ended up heating the end here enough where, with the nut put on here and the castle part of the nut facing in so you'll damage it, we took a brass hammer and smacked the end of this, like 1 or 2 smacks, and it came right off because the sway bar was heated up. It's going to set the bushings on fire, which is fine, because if you're replacing the bushings, you need to pull them out anyway. And it's one solid bushing, the original bushings are. So you've got one solid bushing that you have to get out of here. So I ended up using like a screwdriver or something like that, getting in there and prying them out. The end that we did not heat up and set the bushings on fire was more difficult, but I was still able to do it.